This video is designed to help you start a pharmacy business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a pharmacy business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful pharmacy business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Starting a pharmacy can be a rewarding venture that offers you independence and the chance to build something of your own. And it's true that starting one from scratch is typically faster and less expensive than buying an existing pharmacy. But if you're thinking of starting your own pharmacy, don't go into it blindly. It takes a lot of hard work, determination and patience in today's competitive market. Is a pharmacy ownership for you? Pharmacy ownership isn't a one-size-fits-all activity. Perhaps you've dreamed of running your own pharmacy business one day. Or maybe you have pharmacy ownership in your blood. Maybe you've struggled to find a pharmacist position in your current town, or you've recently graduated and want to create your own job. Whatever path has led you here, if you have the drive to do it, you can transition from working for someone else to owning your own pharmacy. You'll just need to have a solid plan, which we'll get to in a bit. How long does it take to start a pharmacy? Theoretically, you could move from signing a lease to the grand opening in just 6 months. But you'll probably need to operate 7 to 9 months before you see a positive cash flow. That timeline assumes you've already done up to a year of thorough planning. How much does it cost to start a pharmacy? Independent pharmacy startup costs can vary based on location, inventory, and staffing costs. On estimate, you'll need between $350 and $450K to start your pharmacy in the US. That amount may sound daunting, but think about what goes into that number. 3 big contributors are: rent for the physical location, staffing costs, including any necessary training to get your employees up to speed, and inventory, both prescription drugs and other retail products. There are also many other details that go into independent pharmacy startup costs, so you may need the help of a financial planner to cover all your bases. Find the right location. This step is more complex than you might realize. The most important question to ask is if your chosen location can sustain another pharmacy. To determine this, ask the following questions. Are there other pharmacies in the market? Are they chains or independents? It's often easier to pull business away from a busy chain site than an independent pharmacy with loyal customers. Is there a sufficient prescription base to sustain another pharmacy? Other things to consider when choosing a pharmacy site: traffic. Do your ideal pharmacy customers regularly travel through this area? Opportunity. Are there nearby businesses, such as medical offices, that will provide a constant flow of potential customers? Access. Can people easily enter and exit? Is there plenty of parking? How about room for a drive-through window or curbside service? Size. Can your pharmacy grow in this location? You should also do some sleuthing. Did an independent pharmacy recently close in the area? Understand the reasons why. You may be able to capture customers who value the service that independent pharmacies provide. But act fast, you'll have only about a 6-month window to save that customer base. Finally, think about how close other sources of business are. For example, opening in or near a medical clinic can give you ready access to customers as they leave a doctor's office. This can bring opportunities for refill business, too. Do a test run. You've assembled your team. You've created a business plan and shown your investors or financial institution. You've secured funding and a physical location for your pharmacy. Now is the time to get everything up and running. But first, you need to test out your operations before you open your doors. Here are some steps to take while you're in test mode. Have test runs with your staff. During these trial runs, go through various customer scenarios to work out potential kinks in your workflows. Set up and organize your inventory. Experiment with different inventory placement, and ask friends or mentors for their feedback on different inventory setups. Announce your business with coming soon ads. Strive to do this a month or 2 before your grand opening. Talk to businesses in the area, which might be able to use your services, such as workplaces, long-term care facilities, or prisons. Plan events that will bring in your target customers. For example, if you are aiming for young parents, offer fingerprinting of children with the local police department. Or you could attract older customers by offering a free diabetes screening and education program. Get involved in the community. Consider joining the local Chamber of Commerce. Invite the mayor to do the ribbon cutting for the grand opening. Tell the local newspaper or website about your event. Local minor league and semi-professional sports teams also may be available for grand opening events. It's likely been a long road, but all the hard work you've put into this journey will be worth it when you help that first patient on their way to better health. Running your own pharmacy can be an exciting, rewarding experience. While there's a lot that goes into getting up and running, there are plenty of resources and friendly advisors to help you. The next part of the video is not specific to a pharmacy business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the pharmacy business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful pharmacy business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication, and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills required for these two extremes are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive, based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs Try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business? Must be divided into 2 parts, immediate costs, and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a pharmacy business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can, yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free pharmacy business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.